Good morning, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of episode 116 of Dodds Diaries. Today is Bank Holiday, Monday, the 26th of August. It's now 10 o'clock. And my second and final part here in my favourite seaside resort, Blackpool. Well, I'm going to be doing what I always do when I come over here, and that is heritage tram bashing. They do these events on the bank holiday weekends. Today I think there's going to be 4 different ones out today, so I'm going to be doing them between now and when I go home tonight. And hopefully a bit nicer weather today. They might actually bring one of the boat trams out today. I've slept really well once again in the Rockley Hotel. I came here last year, and once again I've slept really well. Just about to go and check out, had a bit of breakfast. And the view, that's a good view, that, what I've had this morning. Look, Blackpool Tower, right up there, and I've had a nice view of it. Now, this should be a good day, but unfortunately though, I'm going to have to keep my wits about us with regards to the trains, because unfortunately Northern Rail have been cancelling trains left, right and centre. Most of them to Manchester and Liverpool in particular, they've been affected by crew shortage. There has been a couple of York trains cancelled. My train is at 19:19 to York. Hope they don't cancel that. If they do, the 2019 will get us to York with about 25-minute connection. So it won't be over if that one ends up getting cancelled. They'll get us home one way or another. But hopefully it does not come to that. Could possibly be maybe a little busy today. There'll have people who'll have stopped here over the weekend, and a lot will be heading home this morning. I've been here before on a bank holiday Monday. Sometimes it's been quieter, like on the evening, late evening. But anyhow, out I go, and let's see what's what. Oh, and also I will do a small session at North Station today as well. Right, out I can, and hopefully should be a bit more pleasant day than what it was yesterday. It's a little breezy, but hopefully the rain will stay off. Just coming up to Coral Island, and that's how close my hotel is to the seafront. It is a sunny but breezy morning in Blackpool this morning, and I'm right beside the tower, of course, the North Pier, and the Irish Sea. The tide is right the way out, but when that comes in, it usually gets more breezy. There's the Central Pier, just down there. Seen a few planes in the air this morning. That is actually an American Airlines that's going from London Heathrow to Boston, Massachusetts. I know that because I've used flight radar. Heading across the Atlantic, going back to March. the Irish Sea, and then over the Irish Sea, and then obviously over the Atlantic to New York. Will I get back on a plane getting back across the Atlantic? Maybe in a couple of years' time, perhaps, when I get to the States. look packed, that tram. Most people will be coming out of hotels further up. A lot will be heading down to the pleasure beach, I would think. So 736 is actually going to be stationary here today as a shop. So I think my first one this morning is, I think possibly that B fleet down there. Now, Heritage Trams are actually running out of Stargate depot today. That's because Rigby Road is closed for refurbishment works. When I've seen it, it really does need work doing to it.
So we bring 718 up here, and then this goes out of service and 718 comes into service, and route A 600 comes out about 12:30ish.
Yeah, that's fine, because I'm going to Fleetwood on C, then I'm coming back on D to Bispham, and then I'll get Tram A at 13.
Yeah.
The Tram B's coming out at 6.
66 is coming out at 13:40.
That's coming out at... Okay, that's fine. 13:40. So I can be able to get on that.
Coming through Denton Square. Right, I'm off to a good start. Come up to Bispham, got about a half an hour wait before I catch Tram D to take us back down to the Golden Mile. So I'm just going to have a walk up here for a bit. Next week, all this, the tabler display will be switched on. That has changed many times over the decades. And each one's got like different themes on it. So there's that one, that's an Egyptian styles one, and you've got the light of Tutankhamun on that one. I've also seen the one with like Evel Knievel on as well. And this area of Bispham, this is, as I said, this is like the quieter alternative to Blackpool town centre. It's more like if you want a quieter time up here. doing the T3 service to North Station from Fleetwood. Plan change. I'm going to catch the Flexity back to the North Pier. That's just so I can get a little bit of a variety, at least for today. And then I'll catch Tram D, North Pier, down to the Pleasure Beach. Since the illumination switched on in a few days' time, I think they're just doing some tests on them to make sure everything's working well here in the tablet display. This display, I should have realised, it is a Alice in Wonderland themed display, and what you've got there is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. Two of the B fleet out, that's 700. The other one 718 that's out, and also I've seen the Brushcraft 631, so that's 3 of them. Just need to find the 4th one. Catch this to the North Pier.
Press the stop button when you wish to exit the tram.
Here's brush 631, that is out in place of 600 for now. Okay, my next ride is B Fleet, number 700. And I've seen Tram C happens to be 723 today, so that means I'll have seen all the trams that are out thus far. That of course could change later on this afternoon. Right, doing very, very well. Come down to the Pleasure Beach now. I've done 2 of them so far this morning. Next up, we'll do Tram A, which is meant to be was meant to be the boat tram, and sort of for the brush tram. Might actually change that, because apparently the boat tram might be coming out today. It's 12:02. We'll wait about 15 minutes, and then on to Tram A I go. So the Pleasure Beach, by the sounds of it, I can't say the bid one being in operation today, because while the wind is much lower down here, the wind speed's much higher up a height. And I've already had one hard stop moment, because I took my backpack off and almost left it on that tram. I think just a bit of a lapse in concentration is what I had. One is running today. Go to the left, to the left.
guys are on and ready to go. Rest of you in 3, 2, 1. And I'll wait for the first move of the race. We're starting it off with number 4 and a very good follow-up. Number 6. Well, in a moment.
This is a 723, it's heading to Bispam, and that's what I hope to be on later, because then that's the last one I'll have done. My next tram ride, another ride on boat 600. Time for a bit of lunch, and I'm having a hot dog with ketchup and mustard. Gives me memories of that amazing holiday in the USA, back in March. Paid about what, $4 something for a hot dog. Here, £5. Just come down from the South Pier. Nice to see more people on the beach today than what there was yesterday. Yesterday was a bit of a rubbish day with the weather, but at least today it's a bit more of a pleasant day, I should say.
Roll your balls, guys. Guy on cash on speed number 9, you're going to lead right now. Number 9 is all now.
Are we walking or catching tram? Going to take a break from the seafront for the moment. Down there's a Flex 2 tram coming up, and that's going to take us up to North Station. So I'll be going up Talbot Road on one of them.
Yeah, I don't know who it's going to be.
Central Pier.
So I'll get off at North Station and I'll just go to Dixie Road. Do what I want myself. Yeah. We usually get off at Little Biscuit and then walk to Cleveland. Right. And I get off at North
This one turns up
Station.
with the train station, yeah. Don't go to Cleveland, go to Cleveland.
Oh, can I get a meeting? Because I didn't know when the next workout.
Outside, please.
Through Tram. Yeah. They're changing them again.
Press the stop button when you wish to exit the
On
tram.
the hour and the half hour, and the others are in between a quarter of an hour and a quarter. It's messed us up. It's messed us up.
This tram is for North Station. Next stop, Tower. Change here for services to Lisbon, Cumberland and Fleetwood.
I'm not changing them. I've got this.
Tower. Change here for services to Lisbon, Cumberland and Fleetwood.
See you again.
We're at the Tower. The next stop for this was North Station, and obviously it'll get some use to for people, because people will think this will be going up, but no, it turns off at Talbot Junction at Talbot Square.
Outside, please. Press the stop button when you wish to exit the tram. This tram is for Talbot Square. Change here for town centre bus and promenade tram services.
So it actually makes a stop in Talbot Square. So now on Talbot Road, and next up is North Station.
Hold tight, please. Press the stop button when you wish to exit the tram. Next stop, North Station, where this service ends. Change here for bus, tram and train services. Service ends. Change here for bus, tram and train services.
So it's 3:15 and I'm on at North Station. As always, the lovely staff here always let me on. I've been coming here for many years now. But nowadays, spotting at North Station, it's a lot different because you don't have the semaphore signals and all that now anymore, and of course it's all electrified now. So down there, at the moment, just got a class 331 that'll go to Manchester Airport. That is running. Now, as I said, I'll have to keep my wits about us for the next few hours because Northern are still cancelling a few trains, although when I've looked, there doesn't seem to be as many as what there was over the weekend. So, just gotta sit tight, but still enjoy myself. I'm going to do about 45 minutes here because the Pendolino is due in from London Euston at 3:30. And despite the new Holiday Inn hotel opening, you can at least still see the tower in the background. There's been many iconic shots taken here with that in the background, notably one with the steam train and that lit up, which I did have as my desktop photograph for a while. Something else I want to show you. Down there, some ex-West Midlands trains, class 323 EMUs. I think they're going to be coming into operation with Northern Rail, possibly doing services out of here, by the looks of it. But of course they need to be all refurbished and repainted before that. Here's a Class 195, so this will be arriving from York. I'll get one of these when I go home tonight, back to York. That's going to Liverpool Lime Street. Them services were severely affected on Sunday because of a cruise shortage, but it looks like, well, there is some cancellations, but there doesn't seem to have been as many as what there has been at the weekend. Running a bit late, here's the 1514 Avanti Pendolino from London Euston. Eventually these will be replaced by the new Hitachi. Well, on this line they will be replaced by the new Hitachi trains. Spotting session at North Station are done, and so back to the front I go. It's going to be a walk down Talbot Road, so they're still doing work around the tram area, probably landscaping and that. So the next tram was not for another 13 minutes. By that time, I'll have gotten down to the front. Back to the front, and it's another trip on 700 down to the Pleasure Beach. Got Bolton 66 just coming up on us here. So when you're on your holes, even if it's just for a night, still got to tuck into a pint. Well, after a pint of Old Mount cider, berries flavour. And on the South Pier I am, and nice view, sitting right next to the Irish Sea. A nice view of the promenade over there. The tide's coming in now, and the sea looks a bit rough. So for my last Heritage Tram ride today, this should be 723 coming up. It is, yes, which I'm yet to do today. I'll get this back up to the North Pier. looks like the illuminations are actually doing a bit of a test. You can see them on actually. Must be doing a test for tomorrow night, the day after filming this. Right, it's about 5:20. That's me heritage tram rides done for today. Well, I'm going to walk down towards Coral Island, past the comedy carpet and the tower. I'm going to go and get me bag from the hotel I was stopping in, and then make my way up towards North Station, walk it or get the tram. You can see the tower is lit up and the illuminations are, I think some of them are on. Yeah, some of them are on, but they're just testing them for tomorrow. They won't be on tonight, but they'll be on when they do the Ride the Light show tomorrow. The Ride the Light is where they close off quite a bit of the promenade, and then it's just and then the road is just free for anyone to walk it, cycle it. Hence the name Ride the Lights. Now with the trains, the train that's coming from York to Blackpool North that forms my service out here is running, and it has got past Leeds. That's typically where some trains have been getting cancelled, at Leeds station, because of no crew to take the train forward beyond Leeds. So I think I will be out here tonight on the 1919. There is a train at 1818. I'm not booked on it, but the train that would have been coming from York to here is apparently not running. So, but to go back out, that is running. But just got to see what's what. But I am definitely should be on that 1919 out of here back to the East Coast Main Line. Right, so got my bag, now back at the front I go. So this is where my journey back to the northeast begins. So catching the 1918 from Blackpool North to York, due into York at 21:58, and then getting the 23:28 from York back to Chesley Street. And I'll probably maybe get an Uber from the station there back to my house. could have built the 2019 out of here, but with a 25-minute connection, I wanted to at least guarantee a bit of margin for error in case anything was to happen, especially with everything that's going on with Northern at the moment. Last tram ride today, up to North Station.
Change here for town centre bus and promenade tram services.
Well, it's that if we do have any issues with the signal.
Change here for town centre bus and promenade tram services. Service ends.
So, one more time up the newest extension.
North Station, where this service ends. Change here for bus, tram and train services.
So standing outside of Blackpool North Station, over there on platform 2, that will be the 1818 to York. They've obviously managed to get it over here. It was partially cancelled after Leeds. Might have just been a conductor perhaps, but the driver still was able to run. And then there's a 331 in the distance over there. That might be going either to Manchester, I think to Manchester actually. At the moment there's actually problems between between Whitling and Liverpool. There's a electrified wire problem in the Earlstown area. Now hopefully I have no trouble getting from here up to the East Coast Main Line. Right, just sitting in Blackpool North Station. The train should be going, apparently it's coming in on number 5 according to real-time trains, but that of course can change easily. Looks like quite a few might get on this. Obviously a lot of people waiting for the Liverpool and Manchester trains, although there's one train to Manchester that has been cancelled, so that's causing a few problems. The previous one was busy. I saw it from the outside. Mine will probably be, because there'll be a lot of people travelling, getting off at Preston, for example. There will also be loads, of course, travelling to Blackburn, like Burnley and Accrington, and then up towards Bradford, Leeds and York, of course. And see how it goes. So it's not busy. Plenty of number of empty seats. Previous one was busy, and this train will probably fill up at Preston. It usually does when I come back on this service.
We will be calling at Hopewell of Fylde, Preston, Blackburn, Accrington,
It's likely I'll be back here next year.
Hebden Bridge, Halifax, Welcome aboard this Northern Service to York. The next station stop is Hopewell of Fylde.
Used to seeing a site like this when I drive on Train Simulator and Train Sim World.
I'll tell Dad that we've got We've not been gaming all weekend.
I think the middle engine's off on this.
Good afternoon and welcome aboard the 1919 Northern Service to York. Who are we calling at? Boltonley Fylde, Kirkham Wesham, Preston, Blackburn, Accrington, Burnley, Manchester Road, Hebden Bridge, Halifax,
Goodbye to the Blackpool Tower.
New Pudsey, Leeds, Garford, Church Benton and York. In the interest of safety and security, can we please ask our passengers to keep all personal belongings with you at all times? And if you do see or hear anything suspicious, then please report it to a member of train crew. Or text the British Transport Police on 61016. Once again, this is the 1919 Northern Service to York. The destination stop at couple of minutes time before Boltonley Fylde.
Boltonley Fylde moving to the front carriage because I actually prefer some of the train to hear a bit of engine thrash. That's just my OCD. Middle carriage was off.
Welcome aboard this Northern Service to York. The next station stop is Kirkham Wesham.
Should get a better view of Blackpool Tower in the distance this time compared to yesterday. site I'm very familiar with. For that until next year, perhaps. Next time I say it will be, well, on the 55-inch telly in my bedroom. This is Kirkman Wesham. This station has had a massive transformation over the years. But previously used to be just the island platform, that over there. Now it's 3 platforms, and now trains can go through here at high speed. Beforehand, they had to slow right the way down. And if I'm honest, you do actually get a bit of thrash off these Class 195 trains.
Welcome aboard this Northern Service to York. The next station stop is Preston.
We're just coming into Preston. Going back towards the West Coast Main Line. Built by CAF, just like these 195s.
We will shortly be arriving into Preston. If you are leaving the train here, please make sure you take all personal belongings with you. Preston is the next station to stop, and this service will be continuing through to York.
Where the train's likely to fill up. That train there is actually the 1932 Liverpool Lime Street. That still hasn't departed yet. Should have departed 13 minutes ago. I think it stuck with the electrified wire problems further down.
Welcome aboard this Northern Service to York.
Yep, that Liverpool train's been delayed. Ex-LNER HST, Class 43 train down there. Accrington, that train's going to Blackpool. Quite busy actually, quite a lot of people on that train when I've seen. Maybe they've come from Leeds and York perhaps. Or maybe they could be going to Blackpool actually.
Service to York. The next station stop is Burnley Manchester Road.
We're just coming into Leeds at about 25 past 9. On this occasion, I'm not changing trains here. I'm going all the way to York. At least I know one thing. Now, when I do go to Blackpool on the train, I never change trains here because this is where it does get really busy and I can struggle to get a seat, but obviously I had no problem yesterday.
Please make sure you take all personal belongings with you and please have tickets ready for our inspection at the barriers. Once again, the next station stop will be Leeds and this service will be continuing through to York.
I do like Leeds station when it's lit up at night time. What we've got down so far? 170 down there. There's an Azuma arrived from King's Cross. Well, no, I think actually might have arrived from St. Notes. Probably the engineering words. The other side of me is a cross-country Voyager. So yep, for a change, I don't get off here, I go all the way to York.
Welcome aboard this Northern Service express to York. The next station stop is Garland.
Welcome aboard to this 31 minutes past 9 service to York, calling at Garford, Church Fenton and then terminating at York. Please can I just ask that all passengers take a few moments to familiarise themselves with the safety information that is displayed throughout the train. Please do ensure that you do keep your belongings with you at all times, or to make sure that they are visible to yourselves. If you do see anything that does concern you or that you do feel is suspicious, very challenging or unwanted behaviours,
Right back at my favourite station, York. It is 10:05. It's quite late. We've got a 153 just here, and it's really quiet at the station tonight. In the meantime, I've got about just under an hour and a half connection here. I've booked that train because at least that hour and a half, if anything went wrong, at least it's a bit of a margin for error. But my train up to Chelsea Street 23, just after 11:30, is running, which is good. So I will have no problems getting home tonight. But in the meantime, I'll go and kill a bit of time and get a bit to eat, perhaps get another drink as well. So I'm going to walk out of the station. That 158 I think will go back to Neville Hill in Leeds, and that 170 is going to Leeds via Knaresborough and Harrogate. Now there's been a few trains severely delayed actually getting up to here. There has been some trouble somewhere. There has been a trespass incident in the East Coast Main Line somewhere as well. Hopefully it won't affect me. It's got about an hour and 20 minutes to kill, so I'm going to have a walk by the city wall. Oh, now that bus there is an ex-Route Master bus, and they're actually doing horror stories around the city of York. I've seen that the other day, the other month. This is the future of York Station. So the taxis will no longer go under the station entrance over there. Instead, they'll go from a separate rank on the court alongside it. It's pretty similar to what they did with Newcastle Central Station, where they diverted the cars away from the main station entrance. So I've had just a little bite to eat. There was a nearby KFC just down Blossom Street, and this of course here is Micklegate, and that looks absolutely stunning, that with all them shields on there. So that way it'll take you to the city centre over Bridge Street, over the River Ouse, and there's a good Wetherspoons there that I've been in a few times, the Punch Bowl. So I get a chance to do a little bit of spotting here at York. There's a Transpennine Class 185, which is terminating from Liverpool Lime Street, I think. Yeah, it will be. It's a 185. Just to the left of us is a two-car Class 155, but behind us now, that's terminating here. The 155 on the left, that's the last train to Hull of the night, which goes via Sherburn and Elmet and then Selby to Hull. That 158 down there, that's now going to Harrogate via Knaresborough and then on to Burley Park and Leeds. The reason why the advertiser is Burley Park, so then people who are travelling to Leeds do not end up going the long way around via the Harrogate loop. It's the same at Leeds. They advertise trains as going to Poppleton instead of York that go via Harrogate. Last train to King's Cross coming in, so the trains have been running to London today. Now in front of that, that's the severely delayed 2134 to Newcastle. That's been severely delayed because of a trespass incident on the East Coast Main Line, which caused severe delays. And that is the last train to London, and that is a nearly packed Lumo train. That just shows how popular that service is. It's arriving a bit early, but anyway, one more journey, 2328 Newcastle service, take us up the East Coast Main Line to Chester Street. We're due there for about 20 to 1. It's going to be a very quiet journey, this. Goodbye to York.
Welcome to this Transpennine Express service to Newcastle.
This train will go up the slow line to First.
This service will be calling at Thurs, Northallerton, Darlington, Durham, Chester Street and Newcastle. The next stop will be Thurs.
For your safety and security, this train is fitted with CCTV. Please keep your belongings with you or in sight at all times. If you notice anything suspicious, please speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. If you see it, say it and we'll sort it. For the benefit and safety of everyone on board this train, please keep the aisles and doorways free of luggage or other obstructions. Please keep personal items off seats. These should be placed safely and securely in the overhead racks so that all seats are available for others to use.
Just near Durham, passing Tersdale Junction. That's the Amazon factory in near Finford. I think we're going through a temporary speed restriction. Typical, usually around the bank holiday time when there's engineering works and that. I think this might be something rare. We're actually running on the down south line, so we're running in bi-directional. There must be a block on the northbound line. So I wonder if this train's going to go on the other side of Durham station. Does this particular 2 days away get even more interesting? But it'll definitely see that we are running bi-directional. So here we are coming into Durham in a bit unusual way on the southbound line. We're running bi-directional. Normally this only happens when there's major service disruption around here. The last time I did a movement like this, back in 2017, when the DVT of the 225 set had a fault, the train driver had to get in the 91, take it back up to Newcastle before heading back south towards London. Yes, we've now crossed back over to the northbound line.
Welcome to this Transpennine Express service to Newcastle. This service will be calling out return your tickets as they may be required if exiting this station.
It's coming up to 1:45 in the morning. I'll film this train leaving Chester Street and then I'll do my video outro probably around late evening later on today, because I'm back to work 12 o'clock later on today, I should say. So for you, there'll just be a few moments, but for me, it'll be a good well over half the day, well over 16 hours. So for me, this particular bit, it's good night, and I'll see you in a few moments' time after the train's gone. And so I'm back. It's now 9:30 on Tuesday the 27th of August. It was that late getting back home this morning, I should say, and I was really tired. I just unpacked, went straight to bed, and I've been back to work today, and now I'm back here. So now the usual ending when I do these. So another trip to Blackpool it was. Every trip I do there, it's always different than the other. No trip to Blackpool is ever the same. And what made this one different was that travelling wise, I travelled on a Sunday morning to there, starting at Cheshire Street. Got on the train, no problem. And this was a chance for me to see what trains are like early on a Sunday morning. Are they busy or not? And bear in mind this was the bank holiday weekend as well, and it actually was really busy. Quite a lot of people were on the train that on at Newcastle that was more busier than what I expected to be. A lot of people were heading towards, I think, York, Leeds. They were going to Manchester, like for trips, and also to catch flights from Man Airport. And there would be some going to Liverpool as well. And it was going fine. Unfortunately, got to Darlington and we got stuck for 1 hour. There were overrunning engineering works by Network Rail near at first. There was a vehicle that caught fire the night before, locked the brakes on, and that held up a lot of trains on the East Coast Main Line. There was also a couple of trains in front of us that was stuck. And we got further down to Northallerton. We got stuck there for longer. By the time I got to York, I was 2 hours late, and today I've just gotten a full refund for that particular bit of journey, £8.60. Well, that's at least that's nice. So it wasn't TransPennines' fault; it was Not Work Fail's fault, actually. Bank holidays in the UK, in this country, bank holidays are a time where Network Rail do a lot of engineering works, and the East Coast Main Line is no exception either, because there were trains terminating at St Notes, LNER, that were heading south. But anyway, that's instead of going to London. But that's that. So got to York and missed my 10:20 connection to get us to Blackpool North. Instead, I had to get the 11:20, which I was allowed to get on because obviously I had missed my connection. Had advanced tickets, and the train, well, not many got on at York, but a lot get on at Leeds, and then a lot of people also get off at Preston, changing on to West Coast Main Line services, those that travel from Accrington and like Blackburn and that. So it was kind of busy, indeed. Got Blackpool at about 2 o'clock-ish. Obviously, now I didn't do any spotting in North Station on the Sunday. Well, number one, I was tired, and number two, because there was quite a lot of trains that were getting cancelled that day. There were a lot of cancellations with Northern Rail over the bank holiday weekend. Most of them in the northwest of England, but there were quite a few up here as well. So all times while I was there, I had to keep my wits about us just to make sure the trains I was getting were running. Stayed in Blackpool, stayed in the same hotel I did last September, the Rotley Hotel. Nice hotel indeed. Just somewhere just comfy enough to get me head down for the night, or even a night or two, perhaps another year. And plus I used Booking.com. I got about 10-15% off because I'm on Genius Level 2. So this trip, obviously I got there on a Sunday, but also this will be my first time to ride on the newest extension to the tramway, and that's down along Talbot Road. So immediately got on the Flexity 2 after I had some lunch to take us down to the front. Now the train frequencies, the tram frequencies, it's every half hour from North Station down to south of North Pier, and every half hour north from North Station to north of North Pier up to Fleetwood Ferry. 3 different services on the tramway, T1, T2, T3. Hopefully they might increase that, perhaps if they get more trams. So yeah, only had 2 rides on the trams on the Sunday, because I just spent obviously checked in, had some rest and that, and then came back out. I did do an evening tram tour, HMS Blackpool, F736, did that one. That's what I go for when they bring out the old trams, like at the weekend, and that's what I dan to do. And I ran up and down the prom on them, and that's what I did on the Sunday. The weather on Saturday on the Sunday do you know I'm getting everything all mixed up because I am not used to travelling on a Sunday, am I? Well, okay, right. On the Sunday the weather was not the best. It was a bit of rain. It was quite windy as well. So then on the Monday, that's yesterday, the weather was much better. It was drier, warm, and some sunshine as well. So F736 again, that was stationary at North Pier for most of the duration as a little shop, so you could buy like tram souvenirs and that. I got rides on 718, 723, 700, Boat 600 came out in the afternoon once the wind had died down. I did say the brush car tram 63 1 hour as well. Now I saw Bolton 66 as well. I've been on Bolton 66 before, and the ride, the seats are quite hard, but that's just the old trams for you. And again, I successfully did all that. Honestly, it was a great time indeed what I had. I went on all 3 piers and that, taking in the atmosphere. I did also saw them that they were testing the illuminations for the new illumination season. As I speak now, they've actually been doing Ride the Lights tonight. So they shut off bits of the front, and so then people who just walk it and cycle it and walk all over the road do whatever they want without having to worry about traffic. And I think the official switch on period, I think it might be this week or next week at least. Did a spotting session at North Station, no problem at all from the lovely staff let us on. Spotting at North Station these days, it's nowhere near as good as what it used to be. It used to be good when there were sprinters and that, when the old signals were there, but now it's just merely 195s, 331s, and of course the Avanti Pendolinos from London Euston. Although I think that does change eventually when they've got the new Hitachi fleet that'll come on. I think they'll operate on services to there, and then also services to Holyhead as well along the North Wales coastline. Now, of course, to come home I had to keep my wits about us with the trains, because a number of them were getting cancelled on the day. There were some to Manchester and Liverpool that were cancelled. There was one to York that was cancelled during the day as well. I think about 12:20 or 12 or half 20 past 1ish. There was a train to Manchester that was cancelled at 7 o'clock while I was waiting at the station, but thankfully my train 1918 service was running no problem at all. And I'm glad I got on that one, because the one beforehand, 20 past 6, that was quite actually packed up. That one. Usually the later trains tend to be a lot quieter than early ones, especially those who have kids, because they'll want to get the kids home and rested in that. It also, this whole holiday, there was a chance to see, like, if travelling on a Sunday to Blackpool is like quieter than a Saturday, maybe the Saturday is just a little bit more busier. In the summertime, typically it is extremely busy. And then on the Monday, a lot of people will have gone on the morning of the bank holiday Monday, those that have stopped over the weekend, and then it gets quieter later on in the evening. And when I got on the train, there was actually quite a lot of empty seats. Actually, it wasn't even that busy. Even after Preston station, it didn't fill up either. And it was a nice ride. I've done plenty of times now. It didn't even get busy, whether it stopped at Blackburn or Bradford, even to Leeds as well. The difference I did also with this journey was that I changed at York station rather than Leeds, because I find with Leeds station it's more busy and a lot more people get on there, and so less chance of getting a decent seat. I got on that all the way back to York, all ran on time. Just spent I had about an hour and 20-minute connection at York station, so I just went and grabbed a bite to eat, a little bit of spotting, even saw the Lumo as well, doing the last train to King's Cross of the night. And got on my train, Trans-Pennine, at 11:30, 23:28, from York back up to here, Chesley Street. Stopped at First. The last train always does the slow line up to First station, and then stop at Northallerton, Darlington. But then it was very interesting, because there was engineering works on the line, and the train, somewhere around Tersdale Junction, it actually then went on to the southbound line, because the lines are bi-directional, and so coming into Durham, a bit of a rare movement. We came over Durham Viaduct on the southbound line and stopped at the southbound platform, and then we departed the southbound platform before heading back to the northbound line. So that was in the very small hours, like about 20 to 1 this morning, I managed to do a rare movement. Normally that sort of movement happens if there's like major disruption, because they can switch the lines. There's even been situations of southbound trains using the northbound line. So all these events that have happened in just 2 days, they've all been captured on here for your entertainment. Well, okay, the disruption I had on Sunday morning was not very entertaining to me, but I'm sure it was to you, all the updates I made. I got back at Cheshire Street about 1:45 and then jumped in an Uber taxi, which I got within a couple of minutes. Got an Uber straight back to my house. Well, that's that trip done. The next trip for me is my summer holiday of 2024. Flying with TUI from Newcastle Airport, flying on the Thursday the 5th of September. Me and my mum, we're going to Gran Canaria. The Spanish island of Gran Canaria, in the Canary Islands, just off the northwest coast of Africa. I'm going there for some sun, sea and Spanish hospitality. There's going to be obviously no trains or anything, so this holiday is going to be more of a holiday show, like Wish You Were Here and that, so no trains whatsoever in that. Who knows, one year I might actually go to like Barcelona or Madrid, the mainland Spain, and maybe do some more of the Ren Fair trains over there. So obviously by the time you see this and that diary, it's probably going to be another month or two just while I get things all sorted. I will of course doing quite a bit of it. I might be some bits I won't do, but nevertheless it's going to be a trip I will certainly look forward to, and it's going to be hot weather for it as well. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next when I go to Gran Canaria. Good night, adios, amigos.